Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the IPDET 2024 program kickoff. I'm very happy to see you all here online. As Suara already wrote in the chat, we are recording the session, so if you miss something, you have still the possibility later on to watch the video, and we will upload the video on the website. My name is Stefanie Krapp. I'm head of program, and I will guide you through the next half an hour, and then you have time for asking any questions if I could not clarify them within the next half an hour, 20 minutes or so. So I'll give you an overview of the 2024 IPDET program, specifically on the on-site program. And I will explain options of enrollment and options specifically of various scholarship possibilities, because we changed the system a bit, so I will explain that. And and I will guide you through the content of our on-site program. And then you have possibility of writing questions already in the chat, and we can answer them at the end of my presentation. And you have also the possibility to ask directly questions, and let's see if we can answer them directly. Okay, let me share the screen for the overview of the program. Can you see? Yeah, looks good. Okay, thanks. Okay. Yeah, so the IPDET 2024 program starts basically today. This is the official kickoff of the 2024 year for IPDET. We are in the 7th year of implementation here at the University of Bern. So we started in 2018. So we are happy to welcome you all in July, and then hopefully from 15 to 26, the on-site program will be implemented. And we have this year only one online workshop on indicator development later in September 9 to 13. And we will provide a couple of community building activities throughout the year. And then we close officially the IPDET 2024 program year on October 8 with a brief wrap-up online. So how does the program curriculum looks like for the on-site program? We have, first of all, this is the heart of our program, is the 1-week core course on fundamentals of evaluation. It's a basic course. We introduce you systematically to what is evaluation, how to do evaluation. So you get a comprehensive overview on the fundamentals, on the basics of evaluation. And this looks like this. Here we have 7 modules, which are all interconnected, but you will be introduced to those topics from Monday to Friday. And the group will be the same, so we do not divide in different groups. We will implement a couple of practical exercises. You will work with real case studies. And in that sense, you will be divided in smaller groups. So every day you will apply what you have learned in the class directly in your smaller working groups. And then you go back to the plenum, and we will then move on to the next module. So we start with an introduction to evaluation, the fundamentals of what is evaluation, in difference also to monitoring. And then we have a brief module 2 where we give you a simple overview on the evaluation process from the planning through the implementation, utilization. In module 3, this is a very heavy module. We'll talk about the framing and scoping of the evaluation, and the focus will be on program theory and how to develop a theory of change. But we will look at the whole inception process, what is necessary to have in place and to plan before you implement your evaluation. In module 3, it's all about different theories and evaluation approaches. Why is that important? Because you need to know about those different approaches in order to specify what you will do later in the evaluation. And depending on the context, depending on the purpose of the evaluation, you will then choose your evaluation approach and implement accordingly the evaluation. Module 5 is just an overview of different evaluation designs, data collection and analysis methods. As you can imagine, we could talk about this topic for weeks or months, but this is just an overview. So you get a glimpse of what kind of designs need to be in place in order to receive which kind of data and what would be best analysis methods. You can later in the second week, I'll talk about it later, deepen those aspects in different workshops. So you can choose then according to your needs. If you want to dig a little bit deeper on data collection and data analysis, then you can choose one of the workshops in the second week. But this is just an overview, and module 6 is all about context of evaluation, cultural aspects, gender aspects, and so on. And in module 7, we specifically talk again about utilization and reporting. We will talk about utilization of evaluation throughout the week in each module, because you don't start thinking about the use of evaluation at the end, but you start at the very beginning. So we want to make sure that this is part of the whole process from the beginning until the end. So this is week 1. And you will be in one big group in the auditorium. You will spread out in the different smaller groups to work on real cases. But this will be a very exciting week where you get this very comprehensive overview, and there is a lot of space also for you to engage with each other, get to know the others, learn from the others, because you're highly encouraged to bring in your own experiences and your own knowledge into this exciting core course. On Friday, we close the core course in the evening with a graduation night, a graduation dinner. So you will be awarded a certificate. We will have a nice dinner next to the river. Hopefully it will not rain, probably not. It will be very hot during the whole 2 weeks. Yeah. So this is a nice get-together with a nice dinner, awarding the certificate, and then we close the first week. Those of you who will stay for the whole 2 weeks, you have the possibility to participate on Sunday in the full-day excursion to the Alps. So if you ask alumni about what was one of the highlights of the 2 weeks, it's definitely the excursion to the Alps, because we spend a whole day directly in the mountains, and you have the chance to walk a bit in the mountains. But this is an offer we can only provide for those who participate the full 2 weeks. The others who only stay for the first week, they will leave on Saturday. So you should plan to stay Friday, because then you will not miss the graduation night. So plan to leave on Saturday and not already on Friday. And then we have new people joining for the second week. They will arrive on Sunday. And let me introduce you to the second week now. We have a different structure in the second week. In the second week, we have 2 sessions. And in each session, we have 6 parallel workshops. So that means you have to choose one workshop from the 6 parallel workshops in the first session, which you can see here. And these are 2.5 days workshops. And this year we have quantitative data collection, evaluation design, impact evaluation, theory-based causal analysis, integrating machine learning in evaluation, evaluation at the nexus of development and environment. The colors mean, in blue, they are on introductory level, right, on basic level. The yellow ones are on intermediate to advanced level. So level is a little bit higher, and we can expect a little bit more from the participants. And the orange is on more advanced level already. So please carefully read the description on the website, because we have a clear explanation on the content, on the objectives, and for whom those different workshops are recommended for. And some of our instructors also provided a video, like a video pitch of 3 minutes, where they explain about what is going on in their workshop. So please really carefully read those descriptions to make sure that those contents really meet your expectations. So this is the first session, which runs from Monday to Wednesday midday. So Monday morning, 9 o'clock to Wednesday, 12 o'clock or 12:30. And then on Wednesday afternoon, there is a break. You're free to do whatever you like to do, but we offer space specifically here for networking. And we might offer also a panel discussion. We will do a world exhibition where we ask you to bring your items from your culture to display and to bargain with the others so you can exchange. That's a lot of fun. We might also offer a participants forum where you can bring in your own topics and where you can ask for advice from your peers. So there are different possibilities on Wednesday afternoon in the second week to get engaged with the others and just also have fun. And we will do games in the garden and so on. So that'll be a nice way to network. So the second session in the second week is only 2 days. So it's July 25 and 26. This is the Thursday and the Friday. And here again, you see in the blue boxes, workshops on rather introductory level, on quantitative data analysis, on strategies to amplify evaluation utility, and more on communication. M&E systems and organizations is again on rather fundamentals to intermediate level. Then we have a new workshop on evaluating humanitarian action, and another new one on designing and managing projects for results and evaluability, where you have a closer look at the planning stage of a program, how to ensure that the program can be evaluated and what you need to do for that. And then we have a second workshop on the topic of environmental development or climate change and development. So some of you who might have a focus in their work on climate change, on environmental issues, then it would be advisable to eventually then also book 2 of the courses. So the first one, and I'll show you again, that was the one on evaluation at the nexus of environment and development with Yuha Itu, Gita Batra, and Anupam Anand. And the second would be then the one on evaluation and climate change and development. And they are connected, but they can be, or you can participate either in the one or in the other. So it doesn't really matter, but who's really interested in green evaluation, then it's a good chance to have both on your agenda, but not necessarily. So, okay, this means in the second week, you can participate maximum in 2 workshops. We have the Wednesday afternoon where we do specifically something on networking and engaging with each other, where you can provide input yourself and so on. And again, on Friday afternoon or in the evening, we close the program with a big party, graduation night again. There will be live music, there will be dancing, there will be food, and certificates, of course, you will be provided again. And it's advisable not to leave already on Friday, but to leave on Saturday. So now, how to apply? You're probably most interested in how to apply for a scholarship. Are you eligible? But also, what about those of you who are not eligible for a scholarship? So how can you apply? The main point here is that this year we offer 2 scholarship options. which is really great because now you can differentiate. Are you a beginner in evaluation, or you want to refresh your knowledge, or you're not so sure? Maybe you did so far learning by doing, and you want to gain this comprehensive overview, introduction to evaluation. Then you should choose option A, which means you would apply for a scholarship for the full 2 weeks. So what I explained before, you will participate in the core course, and then in the second week, you can choose 2 workshops according to your needs. So that's the full package of the 2 weeks. If you already in the past participated in IPDET in the core course, then, and you have a lot of experience already, or at least 4 years of experience, more or less, yeah, you would not need to participate in the core course on fundamentals. So for you, you have the possibility to specifically participate only in the second week, where you can choose 2 workshops according to your needs. I think this is a high advantage now, and those of you who want to have specific knowledge in specific topics in evaluation, you can check out the program of our workshops and then apply for this kind of option. Depends on your previous experience, of course. And of course, you need to be eligible. So again, please check on our website. There are clear criteria you need to fulfill in order to be eligible to apply for a scholarship. What does a scholarship cover? So it's like a partial scholarship. We do not finance the travel costs, not at all. So you need to finance your travel up to Bern yourself, but then everything is covered. The tuition fee, the didactical material, all extracurricular activities. We offer a couple of evening events. There's sports, networking, city walks, and these kind of things. We offer 3 meals per day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner during the week, not over the weekend, and there are 2 coffee breaks per day. Accommodation is provided in a student's house. It's I put the picture there. It's newly renovated, but it is a student's house, right? So it's not a hotel. It's not fancy. It is basic, but it's very comfortable. It's nice. It's clean, and it's a 5-minute train ride here to the venue of IPDET. So you really have to be aware of that, because maybe not for everybody this is suitable. Yeah, so please check out the information on the website to make sure that you are okay with this kind of accommodation. You will have a room by yourself, but you have to share a bathroom with somebody else. We will make sure that this will be either female or male, of course, but you might need to cross the hallway in order to get to the bathroom. Yeah, so this is really important, because we here kind of need to manage your expectations. It's a nice accommodation, and it's always fun. The people tell us, oh, we meet in the evening in the kitchen. We sit together, we talk. Then we all take the train in the morning to the venue. So it's also a lot of fun to meet the other people and get to know them. Yeah, you're all in the same building, in the same student house. We will provide you a ticket for public transportation in Bern. And as I said, if you stay for the 2 weeks, then you can also participate in the excursion to the Alps on the Sunday. And we provide health insurance for the scholarship holders. All those content, which I just presented to you, also apply to the full board option of the self-payer participants. So if you are not eligible for a scholarship and you are able to finance the participation yourself, and you choose the full board option, this applies also to the full board option, scholarship and full board for self-pays. You need to provide those 2 documents when you apply for scholarship: a curriculum vitae, maximum 2 pages. Really, we will cut off if there's a 3rd or 4th page. We will not consider this. We will only read the first 2 pages. So make it very clear that the main information is on those 2 pages, and as it's indicated here, and make sure that you explain how you have been involved in evaluation before. Very important recommendation letter from the employer, maximum 1 page, and your employer should explain very clearly how you will apply the gained knowledge in the IPDET program when you are back in your organization, and apply this knowledge. So your employer should explain that. If you're self-employed, you can submit a similar motivation letter where you explain how and for what will you use the gained knowledge during IPDET when you are back home. This is very important, this recommendation letter. And this will definitely make a difference in the selection. Selection committee consists of 2 persons, one from the World Bank, one from IPDET management, and they will give their votes independently. And if there are if they're still not clear in some cases, then I will have the final vote. So we make it very transparent, it's very independent, but it's highly competitive. There are a lot of applications, and we only have a limited number of seats, of course. And we only provide scholarship this year for the on-site program and not for the online program. So now I'll show you the video how self-financed participants can apply. Read the program curriculum, select what you need, select the full board or tuition-only option. Yeah, and then if you want to have a group discount, you are for at least 5 people, you will get this discount. And yeah, and again, here also the same, you can choose any combination. You can only stay for the core course. You can stay for the full 2 weeks. You can only book 1 single workshop. So there's any kind of combination possible if you're a self-financed participant. And if you are at least 5 people from the same organization, there's a 5% discount. Yeah, this is our online workshop this year. Just for your information, if you cannot join the on-site program, there will be an online workshop on indicator development in September by Wolfgang Meyer. So please read the description, and there's still some time to enroll until August 19. Okay, so how to apply? You go to the website, and you need to create an account. It's very easy under My IPDET, follow apply for the program. What is important, you cannot apply as self-payer and for a scholarship at the same time. You really have to make up your mind. Do you want to apply for a scholarship? Then you will be in this category and you will be under the selection process. Or you apply as self-payer, and then you will receive immediately an invoice, which you will have to pay. So make a decision. Here you see the deadlines. You can apply for an on-site scholarship until April 5. Of course, when you have neglected the scholarship, of course, you can still decide afterwards if you have the financial funds to apply as a self-payer afterwards. And then you have time until June 7 to enroll in the on-site program as a self-payer. Then we have the 2 weeks in July, the online workshop in September, and we close on October 8. If you want to stay updated, you can join LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. You can subscribe to our newsletter. You can also go to the website. There is a link in the website. So the newsletter is once a month, and you receive timely information, which is advisable. And you can join the IPDET Cosmos, which is especially, first of all, for those interesting who will then join the on-site program, because this will be our tool during the 2 weeks of communication. But there are so many people already joined the IPDET Cosmos, so people share documents and share advice. You can ask questions between each other. So it's good to join the Cosmos, either to stay connected from wherever you are, or then during the on-site program, you will receive then information during the program. Yeah, so hereby I officially declare the IPDET 2024 program as kicked off. It's open. I'm happy to see that the new program is starting, and I'm looking forward to receive as many applications as possible. And now you have the possibility to ask questions, but let's see, probably there are some questions already in the chat. And I would like to ask Suara, can you read a couple of those questions, and then we can probably answer directly. And then the floor is open, of course, for other questions.
Okay, I mean, we tried to answer most of the questions already in the chat, but I think if you can repeat again what's the difference, or why the people need to make their minds about applying as a scholarship or for the scholarship, and when they have the opportunity to finance themselves the attendance to IPDET.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Scholarship options are first of all for those who cannot afford to pay for the tuition fee and to pay their participation in IPDET. So if we see that you apply as a scholar and at the same time as a self-payer, my interpretation is you don't need a scholarship at all, because obviously you can pay for it. So you will be expelled from the scholarship list when we see that. Of course, no, we are not that strict. I think Silvana keeps asking then, okay, please make up your mind, but it's not possible to have both, because when you're in our system as self-payer, we will send, or the system will send you an invoice, and then you will be in our system with an open invoice. And then we keep tracking you. Yeah, so you need to pay the invoice. You need to pay the invoice, and then at the same time you would be on the scholarship list. That really doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I would encourage you, please, only those who cannot afford to pay would then apply for a scholarship. And then if you, because I know some of you might be able then, if you do not receive a scholarship, you might be able to find other funds from other organizations who would then pay for your participation. That's great. Then you can apply for that after the scholarship application deadline. Then you have also this option. Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, I'm Hamid Mohan from Kabul. Nowadays our system a little bit changed from development sector to humanitarian sector. So we don't know the system now because it's a new phenomena for us. There are some portion of courses about the humanitarian project evaluation. So the main point, how much is the fee of IPDET for 1 week course and 2 week course for self-finance person or for scholarship? If a person does not select as a scholarship, so how much is the fee for a 1 week course?
Yeah, the fee, I just have to check myself. It's all on the website. Let's see, the fee, it's under fee information on the website. So if you stay for the first week, the core course, only for the core course, the first week tuition only is 2,750 francs. And if you stay for the full 2 weeks, the tuition only is 5,450 francs. And then, of course, you can still choose if you want to book the full board package, which is
It is US dollar or
Swiss francs.
Swiss franc? Swiss franc.
Yeah.
And the second, the scholarship selection is as per country or as per the application quality?
Per application. And then, of course, we make a first selection per applicant, and then we have a broader look on how is the country distribution. And then that's the final step. We want to also make sure that there is an equal distribution across the countries according to the number of the applicants. So then that is also the final selection step, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you, Hamdullah. Okay, Zoara, was there anything else in the chat?
No, also Silvana is answering the questions.
Okay. Yeah, good.
And as she said, the date when scholarship applicants will get the results is during the last 2 weeks of April.
Yeah, yeah. And what I would like to emphasize is that the time frame to apply for a visa, if you need to apply for a Schengen visa, is rather short, right? So we already contacted a number of embassies or Swiss embassies in different countries, and we introduced the program. They already know us. They already know that some people might apply for a visa for our program, so they are already informed, and they will treat you on a priority basis. Yeah, but what they also emphasized is that it is your responsibility to have all the necessary documents in hand, really perfectly prepared. If you do not have that, and if you do not apply immediately, really immediately, then there's nothing they can do about. So they treat you on a priority basis, which is great, right? But then it's your responsibility. Apply as soon as possible for an appointment and have all the documents really perfectly in hand and prepared. Then there's a good chance, hopefully. Yeah. If you have problems applying for a visa, then please contact us. We might be able to assist. You know, in the past years, I made some phone calls, so that helped a little bit when I can still explain a bit about the program. But of course, we cannot influence the decision of the embassies, and it depends highly on the country. Are they more strict than in other countries? But you know yourself better. Yeah.
Is there any checklist for the embassy? Which document should be presented in the time of visa?
You can already look on the website of the Swiss embassy, and there are all the requirements available, so you can already prepare.
You guys have experience of, you know, number of people you invited for this program every year, or number of time of it in the year. So you may have some experience to share as, you know, which document should be, you know, presented during the visa.
You will get a visa support letter from us. You will get a scholarship confirmation letter. You will get a visa support letter, and then of course you need to provide passport documents, and whatever they need. Yeah.
And one last question. If a person apply by self-finance, if the person rejected by embassy of any reason, so what is the refund policy of the IPDET? You know, if a person didn't attend the course, so the money will be lost. You know.
Yeah. Again, I'll have to check on the website. We have refund policy. So full tuition refund is maybe requested by May 8th. But we will deduct a non-refundable administrative charge of 500 francs. Yeah. Exactly. So, any other question? I think there were some.
Yes. Hi. I have a question. Well, it's a couple of questions. I mean, I didn't understand about the thing of, I mean, I understand that you cannot apply at the same time to the scholarship and then as self-financed. But is there like a risk of not getting a place? I mean, or do you have a limited number of places, even if you're financed, or?
Good question. Yeah.
And yeah, the second one is that I mean, by evaluation, experience in evaluation, you mean conducting, or I mean, like international evaluations? Because in my case, for example, I've been involved mostly in monitoring and reporting of specific projects, but not really in conducting proper development evaluations. So, so how do I manage that? And finally, another last question was about, I mean, I do know for personal, for what what IPDET is, but considering that it's only like a very short course and it's quite expensive, I mean, it's like internationally recognized, what would be the like the process of taking part in this program beyond the first class knowledge and regarding employability in international organizations, for example?
Thank you. Cool questions. Okay, let's start with the space. When we soft limits pair, my colleague is showing me something I cannot read. No, the space is of course limited. Yeah. So we have in each workshop maximum number of participants of 25 to 28. So of course there are some workshops who will fill up fast, and it might not be possible to enroll anymore. But it will be by the end of April. So that should still not be a problem if somebody is neglected from the scholarship and then can immediately apply a self-payer. That should not be a problem. For the caucus, for the first week, we have seats up to 135. So that in experiences from the past, that should work well for all self-payers who decide also to participate in the first week. And again, for some workshops, there might be a chance that 1 or 2 workshops are already filled up. But you never know. But in general, by the end of April, there should still be a good chance for all the offers. Good question regarding development evaluation. It's unfortunately in our name, International Program for Development Evaluation Training. We always emphasize that it's the context, because it's a World Bank program and it's mainly aimed at participants from the Global South, but not exclusively. And it's about evaluation. Yeah, the evaluation as it is practiced in common. So, and there might be, or there are participants specifically coming from donor organizations, bilateral, multilateral organizations. Yes, so the context is development cooperation, but like an average participant would be, for example, an M&E officer in the Ministry of Health in Ghana. Nothing to do with development evaluation. It's all about evaluation. So because the health ministry wants to conduct evaluations of their health programs to improve them, to have to have at the end better lives for better living of the people. Yeah. So that is, it's the context. There might be in the core course, we use also examples from development cooperation, but that really doesn't matter because it's all about evaluation. And your question, when you are mainly have been involved in monitoring and reporting, that is something different. Evaluation is you're assessing, you're using criteria, you use different designs in order to get specific questions answered. And then in the core course, we just tackle the difference between monitoring and evaluation, but we will focus on evaluation. So the planning, designing, the implementation, and the utility of evaluation. And then in the workshops, you see that there are specific topics on evaluation, or like also when you look at the machine learning course, it's always in the application of evaluation. So there's always the reference to evaluation. And then, of course, you have like a workshop monitoring and evaluation systems in organization. That covers the whole system, and that they also refer to monitoring in combination with evaluation. Yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the point was more about my experience, because I might have been working for 10 years, but not really doing evaluation as such. But in evaluation areas, but that do not conduct evaluations. So could that
depends
make
what you need, right? Are you aiming at conducting evaluations yourself in the future?
No, yeah, definitely. But I'm saying, for example, if I want to apply for a scholarship, is it possible to frame it like, I mean, it's not that I have done proper evaluation.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to. Definitely not. But just explain your background, and specifically that's the most important part. Explain what you intend to do with your acquired knowledge. That's the main point. Yeah. And employability in organizations, I don't know. We have in our tracer study, when we ask people how could you use the knowledge from IPDET, some specifically said that they could widen their network and through IPDET, and they could get in contact with UN organizations and so on, because IPDET is a highly recognized program. Everybody knows, and everybody knows that it's high quality. So that is definitely an asset. And beyond that, it's the high quality, the up-to-date knowledge, the international faculty, which is conducting the workshops. And then when you imagine you have 130 to 170 people from different countries, they all work in different positions. There is so much knowledge, experience around, and you meet them, you talk to them all the time, and people keep telling us afterwards, with two of my colleagues during IPDET, I'm still in contact. We organized already a joint evaluation, or I had a problem here, I could just contact them and ask them, they helped me. Yeah. So this networking aspect on an international level is absolutely unique. Absolutely unique. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay. So Maya?
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. I would like, to ask for more information on how are we to judge or to select whether we want to apply for the 2 weeks or the second week program. So I work in an international organization on MNE for quite some years, and we follow the guidelines of EO, Independent Evaluation Office, under UNDP. So I would very much like to apply for that, but I need more help in deciding on whether I'm eligible to apply for the first week, which involves the courses.
You mean you apply for a scholarship for the 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, am I supposed to apply for the 2 weeks or for the second week only?
Yeah, exactly. And you are not sure.
You mentioned something. I mean, it's designed for example, an MNE officer in a certain ministry who herself conduct evaluation, whereas I manage the evaluations and we recruit evaluators. So would I be recommended or asked to apply for the first week as well?
Yeah, that's difficult to say from my perspective. Did you do the self-test on the website for the core course?
No.
Ah, okay. Maybe I should have mentioned it. There is on the website, there's the core course, the description. We have objectives laid out and the content in each module. So you should read that, and then it's advisable to do the self-test of the core course. That gives you also a little bit better understanding of okay. I already can answer all those questions, so probably then the core course is not the right course for me. Or, I have some doubts in a couple of questions, and then I should think about to do it. If you are managing evaluations already and you have good experience in that, and also in the future you will not conduct evaluations yourself, or not in the near future, then you probably already have a pretty good understanding of evaluation. But if you are during your job in managing evaluations, you still have doubts if the external evaluations do it the best way. You're not so sure about it. You cannot really understand what they are offering, and so on. So when there are still questions and doubts, then I would probably recommend, okay, go ahead and apply for the 2 weeks, because then you have the first week this comprehensive overview, and that gives you maybe a little bit better understanding. But it depends, yeah. And it could also be that you say, okay, no, my understanding is pretty good. I know about the fundamentals of evaluation. I manage them. It's my daily work. I have good experience here. And now I choose only those 2 workshops in the second week, and that is sufficient for me, because these are 2 topics I really need, and that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
helpful. I mean, so that I advise my supervisor accordingly.
Yeah, and do
budget.
the core course self-test.
Okay, so we
and
go
to
to
check
the website.
yourself.
Yeah, for
On
the
the
link
website.
to the core course.
For the core course, yeah, for the first week, yeah.
So I can find it online, right?
Yeah, on the website under core course.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I don't know who was next.
Yes, Martin.
Who?
Martin was a scholarship holder in 2022.
How are you doing?
Hello, everybody.
Great to
Thank
see
you so
you.
much. Yes. I once benefited from the scholarship for 2 weeks, and thank you for that, because post that program, I got promoted from the Minister of Finance. Now I'm with the Prime Minister's office. But I have a question. I think when you're presenting, Stephanie, you talked about if you have experience with the week 1 experience, you can apply for a week 2, because I've realized that time when I was there, I realized we are only given two courses to attend. But there's a lot of the courses that we need to understand and have the experience on it. So I was saying, even those who attended before and benefited from the scholarship, for the second week, can we apply for other courses?
Absolutely.
And you talked about the 4 years experience. I was saying, even should we wait for the next 4 years to apply for the scholarship, or I can just apply it now?
No, don't wait. Don't wait.
Okay.
No, this is you see, you're a perfect example. This is great. You participated in IPDET for 2 weeks. When was it? In
2022.
In 2022. So, okay, great. So now 2 years later, now you have a look at the second week only and you check out the workshop program, and you see, okay, great, there are 2 workshops, perfect for me. I will apply for the second week and I can come back to IPDET.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good.
Guys, I will advise you to apply. It's very important. This program is very important, really.
Thank you. Cool.
Thank you.
Good, cool. Ali Magedi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. to apply for the scholarship program for the 2 weeks. I'm currently working in the field of monitoring and evaluation for 2 years now in quality management field. My questions is there a minimum for a person to apply? And the second one, it is very important to me to know, can Yemeni citizens apply to participate in the scholarship program, especially in areas controlled by Houthis due to the current situation, you know, the war and the Red Sea is very important, because if I need to apply, I must travel to Egypt or Jordan to apply.
Yeah.
I cannot apply in Yemen. Are Yemeni people in north, sorry, in north of Yemen be able to apply? Thank you.
Yeah. I think Yemen, Sarah, did you check? Yemen is on the list, right? Probably.
Yeah,
It's-
Yemen is on the list, and
Yeah.
as far as we know, yes, they need to go apply to another country. But also, Zakaria was a perfect example. He's also on the chat. He was also a scholarship holder, and I don't think that nobody had a problem so far. So we encourage you to apply.
Very good, very good. Yeah, hopefully it will.
Thank you.
It will
Thank
be
you very much.
difficult, yeah, but it would probably work. No, and I mean, the years, you know, the years of experience is just an orientation, you know. So you don't have to stick with those 4 years or up to 4 years, and then from 4 years for the other option. Don't bother too much about it. It's really just an orientation to make clear that those two scholarship options are really different. Because the first option, including the core course on fundamentals of evaluation, so the 2-week option, is really more on basic level, on introductory level. And then the second week, this gives the chance to those who have already experience and they don't need the core course, so they can directly choose 2 workshops. So don't bother too much about the year limitation.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? I don't see any hands. Zora, do you see any hands?
No, we have 5 minutes left, Steffi.
Yeah, that's good. Any open questions in the chat? No? That's it then, huh? All question answered? Cool, perfect. Thank you so much for your attendance and your interest. And yeah, and as Zora said, we all highly encourage you to apply. And we hope to see all of you in July. It's a great program. You will learn a lot, and there will be a lot of fun too. And we also are eager to get to know you from those so many different countries. So looking forward to that. And if you still have questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Silvana, is she still with us? Maybe you say hi briefly, because then people get to know you. Can you show? Yeah, here you are. So Silvana is our registrar, and she will email with you quite a lot. And Matt is also online. He's the program manager for the program, and Soara has also been with us for quite a while. She is coordinating different tasks. So yeah, and then see you hopefully soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Bye.
Yes, and
Hey,
hope to
hello.
yes,
Hey,
and hope to see you in July.
yeah, that would be cool.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Sarah
you.
was also, is she still
Yes.
there? I saw Sarah. So many familiar faces. Cool.